World of YouTube, Archie here, and we're in Gill, Massachusetts, off of Route 2 near Irving, Mass, and en route to Adams, Mass. And right now I am at a very historical site, and if you are to vary and come by this way, please. As you can see, this is Turner's Fall. Give your deepest respects. It's coming here due to the fact this took a very brutal turn of history in the King Philip War. Now, I don't know exactly where, and I don't expect people to come out here and start searching, but you would probably get in trouble. But this is along the Connecticut River, and somewhere along the lines in this area, which, like I said, I can't pinpoint exactly as people here. There are trails you can come down here and walk. And somewhere along around in this facility took a brutal attack on the Indians. One of the places I wanted to get to, and they were attacked by the English, and it was the Turner Falls massacre. Turner also was a corporal or a general in the war that led his men here to kill the Indians, and they did it with a sneak attack. Now, I guarantee about the part of this war, just to let you know, there's people here walking if you hear people from a distance. I believe that the Englishmen at this time of the part of the war were, getting very scared and very desperate to stop the Indians from, the great chief Metacom of what he was doing. And they wanted to stop him. And I think at this point in time, and I will be going to Deerfield, Mass, on my next, actually I gotta go somewhere before that. I do have only 2 more places I'm gonna do on this journey. Everything else I do, I don't know, I might throw in maybe a couple more if I get there, if I find something, which there is places I do have, but the main points of interest is what I've been doing on this journey in the past year. It's almost coming to a closure because I have Deerfield I need to go to. I need to find the exact site. This was one of them, Turner's Falls, and I'm here to and I want to show and give my deepest respects and for the people who have forgotten. Well, now you can remember, and every time you drive over this bridge, you can look down here and take notice of a bunch of Indians that got their lives lost due to wanting to fight for their right to, pretty much get their land back, get their lives back. Just like with us, this war is no different than the war we are dealing with now. You have these Muslims coming over. I'm not racist. They come on over all they want. But when they want to take our rights away and change our constitution of what was written in words of what to do and your Pledge of Allegiance, you stand up for that national anthem and you take your hat off. You stand up for that national anthem and respect your country that you live for. We fought for that. King Philip, the great chief Metacom, fought for that 500 years ago. You know what? He got sick of his people going off for slavery. He got sick of his people having to give their land away for small portions of things. That's what the war was all about. And they're coming over there, here, and they're doing it to us. No more God bless you. No more Merry Christmas. You do it the right way, our way. Change your way for our way. Watch, you wait. I'm predicting pretty soon when they keep coming over here, we're going to have to speak their language and learn it, because they're disrespected that we speak English. You know, it's sick. Just like the Indians had to convert to English from their native tongue. And that's what this war was about. And that's what this ISIS Middle East war is about. All about trying to get rid of us or making us obey and do what they say. It's only that, you know, the truth is smack dead right in your faces, and people ain't seeing this. So keep letting the refugees come over, and it'll be the same thing. It is the same thing. It's gonna be the same thing. It is the same thing. 500 years ago to today. And of course, this marks the 500th year that the great Chief Metacom took his people into war. Along the Mohawk trails, along his trails, along his people's trails that was taken. And not even for equal trade. You know, one of the first settlers in Air Mass, as the story begins in the Great Powwow, was taking Indians, you know, clothing as deer skin or buffalo skin or whatever they would make for clothing, and give it in blankets and stuff, all to the Englishmen for land and tobacco and alcohol. And that's what scared the English. They were giving them all this stuff, and they were afraid that they were going to take right over. They thought Indians would take over, and they could have, but due to the severe winter of 1675 into 1676, if that winter did not occur, I think the Indians would have won this war. They would have made them stop doing what they were doing, and at least maybe make them sign treaties to leave us alone. Just like today, you can't touch an Indian on their sacred land. You are not allowed to bother Indians on their sacred land. It's pretty bad when you got actors like Johnny Depp, which, you know, I say all hail to the spirits of the Indian tribes of the past, that a man like him exists to buy back land for the Indians and give it to them. Hell, if I make some money off my videos one day, I too will buy back land and give it to the Indians. And enough of this horse shit. You know what? They should be living like they lived long ago, be able to do what they want, and leave them alone. That's it. All they want to do. That's why you don't hear much of them on the news. They don't want you in their faces, and they don't want you doing this. And it's about to wonder why a lot of these spots are sacred, because they don't want you going around digging up stuff and ruining the land trying to find stuff. But it would be nice to find it, but you know, hey, respect the past of the Indians. That's all I got to say. And I'd like to give a moment of silence for all the Indians that lost their life here, which I believe was right on that island right there as we speak. That is where, or it could have been over there where the bridge is. One of the two. The dam was built, you know, later on, because there was no dam here. And this was a good fallout place for them to hide. They were supposed to go to Pawtucket and Lowell, the river, the Merrimack River. But they didn't make it there. They didn't go there. I might do a video there just to show you the lay of the land for people that don't have any sight around here. But they were supposed to go to Lowell. They ended up here, and all hail, the Indians have lost their lives. So let's give it a moment of silence. But therefore, actually the next place I'm going, I'm going to Hope Farm. I've got my free pass for the day, an hour time, due to my passion for this story. I cannot videotape. I might try and take a tape recorder talking to that. I don't know. In the future, I'll have to see if I can take a lot of pictures there. I'll put them up in the video and overlay, pictures maybe. But I don't even think I can do that. But it will be hopefully a recording I can do. And I'll put that on video of what I'm doing there, what I'm gonna say, and maybe even do a poem that Sarah Edcott Sears wrote for the Nashua Way Indians, which is the Nipmuc tribes, the Winnemapog tribes, and sharing the story of the great Chief Metacom in his quest to save his people. Even bringing the plague here from England killed a lot of Indians off. And that's why you don't see much these days. Of course, they populate and try to, but there would have been more here if things didn't go the way they did back in the day. Other than that, World of U2, another piece of history I would like to bring. I will give you another lay of the land. As you can see, I'm standing on a nice big tall cliff here. Could break a couple legs. But Turner Falls, Gill, Massachusetts. A loss for the Indians. But I will bring it back. The story, and I don't call it a loss. I call it people trying to save themselves from abomination or something like that. Till that next video, YouTube Nation. Many more to come. The closure of the King Philip War, as I like to call it, and try not to say it all the time. The Great Metacom War. Till the next video. Out.